Did BrewDog send a woman posing as a Sunday Times journalist to a trade union official to extract information through deception? That is the question we're talking about today. BrewDog employees have spoken up for over a decade about issues relating to health, safety, and the workplace culture. All along, BrewDog have either said there isn't a problem or we've changed. Here's what the headlines have been saying in the last year.
Basic hygiene issues hit BrewDog production.
BrewDog served with HSE improvement notice following 3 safety breaches.
BrewDog sacks Asian woman after reaction to EDL members meeting in bar.
This is part 1 of Supercook Corporate Conspiracy, All Killer No Filler, your bite-sized breakdown of the wildest claims, the unresolved scandals, and the power plays surrounding James Watt and BrewDog. I am Kate. I'm an investigator and a workplace expert, and I've been dealing with cases around BrewDog and James Watt for 3 very long, arduous years. One thing I want to be clear about is that all parties mentioned in today's video have been contacted for a right of reply, and we've either been ignored and in some cases threatened. Stick with us if you want to find out why. Let's just revisit that very cooked question. Did BrewDog send a woman posing as a Sunday Times journalist to a trade union official to extract information through deception? We are talking with Bryan Simpson of Unite the Union, a union that currently has hundreds of members working at BrewDog and over 30,000 members at large. In a later installment, we're going to talk to Bryan about the scrapping of the real living wage in 2024 and the current 11 open grievances at BrewDog locations today. But first, I want to take you to the summer of 2024, around 7 months after the very first grievance from union members was lodged. It was at this time that a woman came through to Bryan from the Unite the Union Communications Department. And this woman told him, I am a journalist, I'm working freelance, and I'm working for the Sunday Times, and I'm working on a story about BrewDog, and could we arrange a background call via Zoom? Bryan agreed to that meeting. Immediately after, if not during that meeting, Bryan had alarm bells going off. Lo and behold, and you've probably guessed where this is going, Sam Davies does not exist. Naturally, I contacted the Sunday Times legal department to ask, indeed, does this Sam Davies exist? And they never responded to me. I need to make it very clear to you that BrewDog is also wholly aware of this issue, and they've been asked about it multiple times. Anyway, here's Bryan talking about Sam Davies.
To be honest, as soon as I came off that Zoom, I Googled Samantha Davis. Sam Davis, freelance journalist, Sunday Times, Substack. She doesn't exist. There is no Sam Davis in any freelance or Sunday Times capacity. So immediately I'm starting to panic. And then we had some conversations about colleagues of yours and you yourself and the way you have been treated. I just think it's testament to the work that our members have been doing to really drill down to just how bad this company is. There can be no other conclusion than someone at the very top of BrewDog has sent someone. I don't know what formal capacity they have, but they have sent someone to pretend to be a journalist, to gather information. That's the only conclusion that I can draw. Why would someone in any other capacity than working for BrewDog, why would they try and get information from a trade union official about the treatment of workers? It's like unbelievable. But it's happened. And to be honest, without going into the details of it, our relationship has been very useful to me because apart from anything else, it's made me feel somehow like, oh my God, I'm not the only one. That I really don't know, but it's unprecedented. And I've had death threats. I've had people follow me home. I've had, people turn up at the Unite office, like character assassinations in the mainstream press. I've never had this. And it genuinely shook me.
Now, of course, we can't say, no one can say that BrewDog definitely did this. I'm sure that they are going to absolutely deny the fuck out of it. However, I can ask you very politely to consider, did BrewDog do this? Did BrewDog do this? Now, the good thing is, the legend of Sam Davies does not end here. And I need you to hear this because it's pretty important for the upcoming installments that you're definitely going to watch. You see, after years of publicly trying to contact BrewDog and wondering to myself, hey, is anyone actually ever going to talk to Kate Bailey and address all of these glaring and open issues? Well, I wonder if they would talk to Sam Davies, a journalist from the Sunday Times. Evidently, the company secretary, a person in significant control of BrewDog PLC, the company in question, picked up the phone and was more than willing to talk to Sam Davies. Now, that person was, of course, Martin Dickey. Now, I get 13 minutes into this call with Dickey, and I tell him who I am, because obviously I'm just going to front up and be like, hey man, this is who I am. And I have to tell you, apparently the whole pretense thing He did not like it.
Are you aware that a union representative was contacted by an individual posing as a journalist to extract information about BrewDog and workers? This would be in August of 2024.
August this year, I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware that the name of that journalist was Sam Davies?
I thought you just said your name was Sam Davies.
Yes, Martin, you're speaking with Kate Bailey. So why don't we have a real and proper talk? I want these issues actually resolved, and I've been trying for years. There are real lives harmed.
I think you can't continue the conversation under the pretense that you're pretending to be someone else.
This is literally the pretense that your company used against a union representative. We have the evidence of that. This is dire. That is so bad, Martin. I'm literally using the same pretense.
I can put you in touch with our legal team, but
And I don't want to have to do any kind of pretense stuff. How many years have I tried to contact you? That's the reality. This is insane. Why can't we sit in a room and figure this out?
well, I'm sorry, but to actually get a conversation through a lie is not a good way to work, to be honest.
Well, then maybe you'll understand how the 15 plus people that have been subjected to that, and not just them, their family members, maybe you'll understand how they feel. And by the way, I used the exact name of the person who was paid to go in and extract information from a union member about BrewDog union members. That is not okay.
Next up, however, we're going to get deep into the weeds with Bryan Simpson of Unite the Union about the current union member grievances that are open today, and later on in this series answer pertinent questions like, did BrewDog hack a former worker and shareholder? What's going on with the employee shares? Did James Watt buy like 1 million followers and then delete them after we asked him about it? And yes, how does it all connect together into one big, super cooked corporate conspiracy?